Welcome back to another Hump Day Real Estate with Kendall in the DMV. And today, folks, we're going to talk about the thing that most people probably dread even thinking about. What happens when you inherit a house anywhere? But today, we're going to gear it towards Baltimore. So if you just inherit a property and you're not sure what you're legally allowed to do with it yet, this episode is for you. And if you're an executor trying to figure out how to handle a house while also grieving, this is especially for you. Most families going through probate don't realize how much of the heavy lifting a real estate agent can take off their plate. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to ask your probate attorney on the very first call and what you can hand off to your agents so you're not doing all of this stuff alone. Let's start with the basics, folks, because probate sounds intimidating and it doesn't really have to be. So here's what probate is. Probate is simply the court process that validates a will, accounts for everything the person owned, pays any debts or taxes, and then distributes what's left to all the heirs. The house is almost the biggest asset in that process. In Maryland, that process runs through Orphans court and the register of wills. Depending on the value of the estate, you either have a small estate process or a regular full probate. Your probate attorney can tell you which one applies. The key players need to know the personal representative, sometimes called the executor, the heirs or beneficiaries, a probate attorney, and sometimes creditors. Here's the line of what I want you to remember. If your parent owned a Baltimore townhouse, let's say, and it was in their name, that property almost always has to go through probate. And this is before anything happens to it. You can't just sell it, you can't just rent it, or you can't give it away until the court authorizes someone to act on behalf of the estate. Now, where does this house fit in? Once the court officially appoints the personal representative, and that document that gives them legal authority, that person can start managing and eventually selling the property. Here's how it typically flows. First, the estate needs a full inventory and valuation of the property. Then the house needs to be protected and maintained while the process moves forward. Then comes the decision. Do the heirs want to keep the property, transfer it into someone in the family, or do they sell it? So if you sell in Maryland, right, it requires court approval of the sale terms, especially if there's a disagreement among heirs, or if the estate is going through a formal probate sale structure. Think of the personal representative as the temporary CEO of the estate. They're responsible for the property, the mortgage, the insurance, the upkeep until it's legally transferred or sold. That role comes with real liability, which is why having the right people around them matters. What a Baltimore agent actually does in probate. So, this is where I want to really be clear. A real estate agent cannot give you legal advice. That's what your probate attorney is for. What a good agent does is take an enormous amount of logistical weight off the family. Here's what that looks like in practice: boots on the ground. When heirs live out of state, which happens constantly in Baltimore, right? Baltimore rowhome people move out of state, etc. Uh, for decades, someone needs to be physically present, right? Coordinate the cleanouts, the locksmith, the utilities, the lawn maintenance, the snow removal. The state can't go dark and deteriorate while probate moves forward, right? They just that something things have to be still going. Secondly, there needs to be a price strategy. Without coordinate the appraisal, pull comps on comparable sales, and give you a real recommendation on whether to sell as is or put money into like repairs to maximize what the estate nets. Those are two very different strategies, and the right answer depends on the property and the market. The paperwork that actually matches probate requirements, contracts and probate sale have to reflect like subject to court approval. They have to align with the attorney is filing. A standard residential contract isn't always enough. The details really matter here. And this is very important, folks. Heirs communication. Probate sales often involve multiple family members who all have an opinion, questions, and a lot of emotions involved, right? Part of the job helping translate offers into plain language, provide net sheet estimates so everyone understands what the estate will actually receive, and managing timeline expectations while the court moves slower than anyone wants. And that's Baltimore's specific piece. Townhouse value vary block by block in the city. Investor demand is different from retail buyer demand. Court timelines here can affect where buyers are even realistic options. That local knowledge isn't a bonus, it's essential. In Baltimore, a probate sale, my job is to be boots on the ground, right? Protecting the property, marketing it correctly, and coordinate with the attorney so that the court is comfortable with the deal. Now, here's a quick checklist for executors. All right, rapid fire. If you're the personal representative or you're helping the family member navigate this, here's your checklist. Number one, get multiple certified death certificates immediately. You'll need more than you think. Number two, talk to a probate attorney or the register of wills before you move, change, or sell anything in the house. Number three, confirm who the court has officially as appointed as the personal representative. That's the only person who can sign listing agreements and sale documents. Number four, secure and insure the home right away. Stop any active leaks or hazards. Keep basic utilities on if you're planning to sell. Number five, decide early whether you're keeping, renting, or selling, and run the numbers of all three with someone who knows probate. Number six, don't miss court deadlines. You, you got to keep, and this is for inventories, appraisals, or reporting the sale. Every delay costs the estate money and carrying costs, and it costs the family time and stress they don't have. Probate is heavy, and there's no way around that, right? You're dealing with paperwork and deadlines and property decisions, and at the same moment, you're dealing with the loss, and that combination is genuinely very hard. But here's what I want you to take from this episode: you do not have to figure out the real estate side of probate alone, with the right attorney handling the legal process and the right agent handling the property side. This becomes very manageable and sometimes even very smooth. If you're in Baltimore or the DMV and you inherited a property, you're currently serving as an executive, reach out. If you know anybody that needs this information, please share this video because I believe it will be some help. I may even have in the link at some point the actual checklist that's actually needed, so you can share the checklist for whomever needs it. Folks, I didn't want to take long today, but I just wanted to share these few notes because I know this is a very major, really need to have in that back pocket because you never know when you're going to need it. Sure to respond the best I can, and I'll also at some point tonight or tomorrow put the link to the checklist I've had in the comments so everybody can gain access to it. Or you can DM me and message me, and I can send it to you that way. But again, folks, this is another Hump Day Real Estate with Kendall in the DMV. Short one tonight. Just wanted to give you that information. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you share. Somebody out there could use the information. This is Marcellus Kendall. I'm signing off. Please like, share, and comment. I'll see you soon.